Today we're going to talk about misconceptions in witchcraft. Hello, my little wonder bugs. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maria Soul, and I'm a tarot card reader and a witch. And today we're going to be talking about misconceptions about witchcraft. Now, I know that some of you may or may not be witches, or may just, be curious of what is witchcraft and what isn't witchcraft. So here I'm going to go into a little bit about what is and isn't, and what are some of the falsities, I guess that's a word, about witchcraft and what people think is witchcraft when really it's not, or similarities that witchcraft has with other practices and whatnot. Now, the first misconception is that witchcraft and Wicca are the same, and that is not the case. Witchcraft is a practice. It's basically the act of casting spells and the knowledge and searching for the knowledge and actually acting on that knowledge and creating magic. That is what's witchcraft, not Wicca. Wicca is the religious aspect of witchcraft. And the reason I say that is because Wicca was created by witches. And yes, it is, to a certain degree, it is known as the witch's religion. Now, does that mean that every Wiccan is a witch, or that every witch is a Wiccan? Not at all. There are Wiccans that don't practice magic because it's not something that they need, that they want. It's really up to them as an individual to decide whether or not they want to or not. Same thing with a witch. You can cast spells sometimes, you can cast spells not at all sometimes. It's really up to you. Now, do you have to be one or the other? No, you can be whichever one you want, or none at all, if that suits your boat. Now, I know witches that are of different religions. So you can be of a different religion, even the religions that are not necessarily nice about witchcraft. So I know some witches that are Christian and that integrate their Christianity into their witchcraft, which is totally cool because it's their thing and it works for them. I've even heard of witches that are atheists. So they don't believe in anything or anyone in particular or any being in particular, but they still see the results in magic because they believe that they're the ones that are magical and that magic comes from them, which is perfectly fine. And they're no less right or wrong than any other person who follows a particular religion and is a witch. For instance, myself, I was a Wiccan for many years, believing that witchcraft and Wicca were one and the same. And then when I realized that that wasn't the case, that you could be a witch and not have to be a Wiccan if you didn't want to, I went off and started practicing other traditions, other religions that catered to the witchcraft aspect of my life. And from there, I grabbed what I liked, and I kept what I wanted, and I created my own sort of, I wouldn't say tradition or religion, but it's more of a spiritual aspect to my witchcraft, and it really works for me. And I recommend that for anyone who's in that path and trying to figure things out if they are in that path. The second misconception is that we're all evil and that we worship the devil or Satan or something in that nature. And that is really far from the truth because, again, witchcraft is not a religion. It's a practice. So get that out of your head, please, because that is not the case whatsoever. To add to this, Christians created the devil. It is totally created by them. They created how he looks like, what he does, how he feels or doesn't feel, or whatever. So if you're not Christian, that belief doesn't really apply. And a lot of what they say that he looks like was actually taken by that particular region of the world, which was basically the UK, Ireland, Scotland, and all that stuff. And their particular male god looks very animalistic because it's all about the hunt, because if you didn't hunt, you didn't eat. So the god was all about that. And he had particular aspects that were very animalistic. So horns, hooves for feet and whatnot. And they integrated that and put it as being evil and bad. So that's why when you start seeing pagan gods, you're like, oh my God, it is the devil, when really he's not. Third misconception is that witchcraft is a girls' club, or that we don't allow boys into witchcraft, or that they're just not good enough, or they're sort of happy medium, or are helpers but not really witches because, you know, you don't got a vagina. And that is not the case. There are many male witches in the community that are authors and that are well known, that are famous in the community for the most part. And they know what they're talking about, and they're respected for being magical and respectful to other magical people. I mean, they know what they're talking about. But I can see how in modern day feminism and, you know, the women's movement, which is great, may I say, has taken witchcraft and made it their own, and have actually been like, you know, this is the way that I practice my femininity, and that's by being a witch and by having that kind of power. And that's all good and dandy. I'm not saying that there's anything bad with that, but it does give the appearance that it's only for girls, which again, that is not the case. And also with TV shows nowadays, with the new Charmed and the old Charmed, the new Sabrina TV show and all that stuff, it's mainly just girls. Though there are some males in the Sabrina TV show, so don't get me on that, because I know there is. But still, nonetheless, girls are very much the dominant in people's eyes when they see witches. And that's fine, but that's not always the case, guys. That's not always the case. Guys are more than welcome to practice witchcraft and to embrace witchcraft and to practice all they want. Now, last but not least, that we have no morals or code of conduct. Because in witchcraft, since there's no religion or no I guess you could say book that tells us what to do or what not to do, that we're going off, casting spells like crazy all over the place. That would be fun, but that's not the case. Now, if you are a witch that practices a certain religion or philosophy that has certain rules regarding witchcraft, then that's a different story. Then that person probably does have like a code of conduct that they have to follow religiously because it's part of their religion. Now, that being said, not all witches follow a code of conduct. For myself, I follow my instincts. So if I feel that something is wrong or something that needs to get done, do I feel like if I did this, it would be bad? It would not be good for me in the long run? No? Then I do it. And if it does feel like if I shouldn't be doing it, then I don't. And that's how I work out whether or not I should cast a spell or not. Regardless of what the spell is, regardless of how stereotypically in witchcraft or in any other religion it may be considered as a bad spell or a good spell or whatever, I still cast it. If I believe that I'm in the right and that it does me more good than harm, or does the other person or other people more good than harm, then I cast it. But nonetheless, I don't go every single second of every single day going, I'm going to cast a spell on you. I'm going to cast a spell on you. Ooh, I'm going to do something to you because you were mean to me. Like, it doesn't work that way, guys. It really doesn't. It's not like every single second of every single day, because if I don't have a code of conduct that's in a book or some sort of morals that you believe I should have, or beliefs that I should have about morals, yeah, that doesn't work, sweetie. It really doesn't. Like, just because somebody's a witch doesn't mean that they're casting spells on you. Just because somebody's a witch doesn't mean that if you disagree with them, they're going to poison you with evil spirits or something. Now, if a witch feels threatened by you, and when I mean threatened by you, then yeah, they might do something. But that doesn't mean that they just did it because they felt like it, or they're like, you know, I feel like cursing this person because I'm just a bad person. No, it doesn't. No. Witches are people just like everybody else, and we have morals and ideas of what's right and wrong, just like a normal human being would, because guess what? We're human beings just like you. So don't think that just because a witch may or may not have a religion or may or not believe in a particular code of conduct doesn't mean, that we don't sympathize or empathize with other people and that we are just casting spells and cursing people because we think it's fun. It doesn't work that way. All right, guys, so that's pretty much what I have for you today. If you guys have any questions or any opinions of what I was talking about, or if you think I missed one of the misconceptions about witchcraft, please leave them down in the comments section because I really want to have a conversation about this. This is very interesting for me, and I'm pretty sure just as interesting for you. Also, if you guys have any ideas for any future videos, that would be great. I wouldn't mind getting some ideas about future videos for this channel, obviously related to witchcraft and metaphysics and all that good stuff. Also, guys, follow me on social media because if there's any updates that I have to do for this channel or anything that's happening or just any questions that I want to ask you guys or anything in that nature, that'll be on my social media, especially on my Instagram. So don't forget to follow me there. There are links in the show more section. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe the video, and much love and blessings.